Okay, so AI singularity, right. It's like one of the biggest, most mind-bending ideas out there.
Absolutely.
I mean, can artificial intelligence really get to the point where it's just like constantly improving itself?
Yeah.
That's kind of what singularity is all about.
Right.
That's what we're diving into today.
Let's do it.
We've got this article. It uses a really interesting analogy.
Okay.
It talks about like zipping a file, and
Yeah.
then zipping that zipped file, and then zipping it again. Like, is there a point where you hit zero?
Right, right.
You can't just keep compressing forever, can you?
Got to be a limit.
There's got to be some kind of limit. So that's what we're gonna kind of explore. Are there similar limits when it comes to AI improving itself?
Hmm.
And we're focusing on this group called Agarth and their platform, Qubic, which is like all about pushing the boundaries of what AI can do.
Yeah, they're really at the forefront of this stuff.
Yeah. So let's dig in. I mean, the article suggests that AI like could eventually get so smart that it's just beyond like human understanding, right?
Yeah, they're basically saying that it could reach a point where it's so advanced that we can't even comprehend what it's doing or how it's doing it.
So it's like it's making decisions, it's solving problems, but we're just like,
We're left in the dust.
yeah, like what is this thing doing?
Exactly. And the thing is, once it gets to that point, it can theoretically just keep improving itself.
Without us.
Without us, yeah, just constantly evolving, getting smarter and smarter.
That's both like incredibly exciting and kind of terrifying.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a fundamental shift in the balance of power. You know, like we've always been the ones in control, but what happens when we're not?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, is it even possible? Like, could AI really just keep improving itself forever? Or is there something that would like fundamentally stop it?
Well, that's where things get really interesting, because this idea of AI endlessly improving itself, it actually touches on a concept in computer science called the halting problem.
The halting problem. Okay, now I'm not like a computer scientist.
Right.
So like break this down for me. What's the halting problem?
Okay, so imagine you try to write a program that can tell you if any other program will run forever, like get stuck in an infinite loop, or if it'll eventually stop.
Okay.
Turns out you can't do that.
You can't write that program.
It's mathematically impossible to create a program that can solve the halting problem for all possible programs.
So there's like no way to know for sure if a program is just going to keep running forever.
Exactly. And that's what makes you wonder, are there similar limits when it comes to AI self-improvement? You know, could there be some fundamental rule that prevents AI from becoming infinitely intelligent?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like even with that file compression example, there's got to be a limit. You can't just keep zipping a file forever and expect it to keep getting smaller.
Exactly. So the question is there a similar limit for AI? Is there a point where it hits a wall and can't get any smarter?
So how does this all relate to what Agarth is doing with Qubic? Like, how are they actually trying to push these boundaries?
Well, their approach is fascinating because it involves a bit of like misdirection.
Misdirection, like a magic trick.
Exactly. They're training AIs on tasks that seem totally pointless, like really mundane stuff.
So they're giving these like super intelligent AIs busy work.
Pretty much, but that's the misdirection part. While everyone's focused on these seemingly pointless tasks, the real magic is happening behind the scenes. They're actually focused on improving the AI system that's responsible for improving other AIs.
Whoa. So it's like the AI is training other AIs to get smarter.
Exactly. It's like a self-help guru for AI.
Okay, that's pretty wild. So it's not about the tasks themselves, it's about like refining the process of improvement.
Exactly. It's about creating an AI that's really good at making other AIs better.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do they actually do that? Like, how do they improve this AI behind the AI? This is where it gets really, really mind-blowing. The article mentioned something about mutations in AI. What does that even mean?
So they're actually using this concept of mutation that's, inspired by evolution.
Okay, like in nature, you get these random mutations in DNA.
Right. And sometimes they lead to like incredible adaptations.
Yeah.
Agarth is trying to do something similar with AI. They're introducing random changes in the AI structure and seeing what happens.
So they're basically like shaking up a snow globe and seeing what new patterns emerge.
Yeah, in a way, it's a bold move because you're essentially introducing randomness into a system that we usually try to make as predictable as possible.
Right.
But it could also be incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, evolution is kind of like the ultimate proof that random mutations can sometimes lead to amazing results.
Absolutely, and that's what Agarth is hoping for, that by introducing these random mutations, they'll stumble upon some kind of, like, AI
So
genius.
they're basically hoping to win the AI lottery, you know?
Kind of. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy, but if it pays off, it could unlock levels of AI capability that we can't even imagine right now.
This is all so fascinating. But I keep coming back to that file zipping analogy. Like, even with all these clever tricks, even with these mutations, is there a fundamental limit to how much an AI can improve itself?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is there a ceiling to AI intelligence, a point where the gains become so minuscule that they're practically meaningless?
Right, yeah.
Or can AI truly become this ever-evolving, boundless intelligence? We don't know yet.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's part of what makes this whole thing so exciting,
Yeah,
right?
it's a mystery.
Right.
And it's one that we're only just beginning to unravel.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
We've talked about file zipping, we've talked about AI
That
mutations,
halting problem.
the halting problem, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All in this pursuit of understanding AI singularity and what it might mean for humanity. And it seems like Agarth is really pushing the limits of what's possible.
They are. And they're asking some really important questions along the way, like what happens if an AI does reach this point of constant self-improvement?
Yeah.
What does that mean for us?
Yeah. Is it like a utopia of like unimaginable progress? Or is it something we should be like really wary of?
It's a question that we don't have a clear answer to yet, but it's one that we need to be thinking about as this technology continues to develop.
Definitely. So much to ponder. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.
My pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, keep those brains buzzing out. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one to crack the code of AI singularity.
Until next time.
See ya.
Bye.